It is end of the road for impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua after a three-judge bench of the High Court vacated conservatory orders stopping Professor Kithure Kindiki's ascendance to the Deputy President's office. The embattled impeached DP had moments earlier suffered another setback in his survival bid after the Court of Appeal declined to issue interim orders suspending the hearing and determination of impeachment proceedings by the High Court. Seth Olale reports.
In its one-hour ruling, the three-judge bench of the High Court unanimously quashed conservatory orders issued by Justice Richard Mwongo of the Kerugoya High Court, preventing the swearing-in of Professor Kithure Kindiki as Deputy President.
Conservatory orders issued on 18th of October 2024 in Kerugoya High Court E015/2024 are hereby discharged and or set aside.
Justices Eric Ogola, Anthony Mrima and Dr. Freda Mugambi stating that leaving the DP position vacant under the 2010 Constitution will create a constitutional crisis and that issuing an order suspending a constitutional process will undermine the role of the judiciary.
Article 3 of the Constitution, where every person has an obligation to respect, uphold and defend the Constitution. We choose to abide by that calling. As such, public interest demands that the office of the Deputy President should not remain vacant.
In establishing whether the High Court has jurisdiction in hearing and determining impeachment proceedings against Rigathi Gachagua, the court ruled that the Constitution grants the High Court powers to adjudicate whether any law is in contravention of the Constitution unless expressly prohibited by the same Constitution.
We do hereby find and hold that this court has the jurisdiction to sit and determine the matter that is before it.
As to whether the court found the issues raised justiciable, the three-judge bench inciting the case of former Embu Governor Martin Wambora versus the Speaker of the Senate at the Supreme Court ruled that the final determinant of any constitutional and legal proceedings lies with the judiciary.
That the judiciary's role in impeachment matters is not to take over legislative functions, but to ensure that such processes are conducted in a manner that respects constitutional norms and procedural fairness.
As to whether public interest tilts in favor of continuity of the Constitution, the Justice Eric Ogola-led bench ruled that it is in public interest to avert a constitutional crisis by suspending the conservatory orders, preventing a new DP from assuming office. As such, an order would have in effect suspended Article 147(2) of the Constitution, which assigns the Deputy President specific roles.
We find that the applicants do not stand to suffer any prejudice in the event the conservatory orders are not granted.
The Court of Appeal had earlier declined to issue interim orders suspending the hearing and determination of impeachment proceedings by the High Court. The Court of Appeal has scheduled 6th November 2024 as the mentioning date for another petition from Rigathi Gachagua in a bid to have the judiciary come to his rescue. Seth Olale, Citizen TV at the Milimani Law Courts, Nairobi County.